doorway architrave detail. So if you isolate your wall and your skirting board, like so, and select your wall, we want to select all the edges around this doorway. So just hold in Control, and we can select all them. And your Edit Poly options, we'll just go to Create Shape. So if you select your skirting board, and we'll copy the sweep modifier, and we'll just apply it to the line we just created. Under your sweep parameters, just adjust your pivot alignment, like so. So I'll apply an Edit Poly here, and we'll select all the vertices on the bottom, and we'll use our 3D snap and snap these to the top of the skirting board. We'll do the same with the skirting board, apply an Edit Poly, and we'll pull all the vertices out to the edge of the detail we just created, like so. So we select the architrave detail, and we'll adjust the pivot so it's in the centre of our object. And I'm just going to pull this out ever so slightly. Round about there. And select the vertices here, and we'll just snap these back to the wall. Like so. Just to make it a wee bit more thicker. So under your Edit Poly, select Polygon, and we're going to select all the front faces here. We're going to use the inset function, and we're going to pull it in around about 20 millimeters. Just tick that. If we use extrude, we'll extrude it in, around about there. Use inset again, probably around about 2 millimeters, and we'll just extrude that out anywhere like that. I'm just going to snap it back, like so. So if you scroll up to your selection and hold Shift and select Edge, this will select all the edges where the polygons were selected. We'll just chamfer these, like so. And if you select this edge, we can just use Loop and we'll chamfer these also. So just applying a wee bit more detail here so it's not the exact same as the skirting. So what we'll do next is create the joint in which the skirting and the detail will go into it. So we'll just create a box, just anywhere around about there. And we'll apply an Edit Poly. I'm just going to snap this to the wall. Just bring all the faces in. This one to the edge of the skirting and to the top of our doorway detail, like so. Just pull that face in slightly. I select edges and we'll just chamfer this edge here. Something like that will do. So if we isolate this, and under Vertex, we will select Cut. So we're going to cut round the object here, just ensure it's fully made of quads, like so. Next, what you want to do is just apply a Turbo Smooth. It's not going to work correctly just now, but I'll give you an idea. If you go back to Edit Poly, we want to select our edges, select all the vertical edges, and we'll hit Connect. So if you toggle this switch on, Show End Result, and we'll apply 2 segments and pull these to either side, you can see the end result with Turbo Smooth on. So we'll just pull these up pretty tight, about 98. That looks pretty sharp. We'll do the same here with these horizontals. It's perfect. And again, we'll ring these along the top. You can just use ring here. I just select one and hold Shift and it does that for me. We'll just use connect again. And as you can see, still got a slight chamfer detail here. If we just up the iterations on the Turbo Smooth to apply a bit more resolution, that looks perfect. So we'll just keep this selected and unisolate everything. And just select your doorway, walls and skirting. Isolate these. Now you can see that fits in there very nicely. So if you hold shift and drag this on the y-axis, just make an instance and we'll just mirror it like so. So in order to snap this accurately, we'll just turn off Turbo Smooth, use our 3D snap, and we'll snap it right there to the wall, like so. Let's ensure Turbo Smooth is turned back on. That looks great. So for the other doorways, all you need to do is if you just select these objects, we'll just drag these over, just make an instance again, and we'll just snap these like so. All your doorways should be the exact same size. Just ensure at this point you select your skirting board and just snap it out as we done the first time around. So just there and there. So you can carry on and do the rest of the doorways, and that will be all our architectural detail complete, and we'll move on to start creating some products for our scene.